There are deeper reasons for our lack of courage, and if we are going to understand man, we have to dig for them. The psychologist Abraham Maslow had the keenest sense for significant ideas, and shortly before his recent untimely death, he began to attack the problem of the fear of standing alone. Maslow used a broad humanistic perspective in his work, and he liked to talk about concepts like actualizing one's potential and one's full humanness. He saw these as natural developmental urges and wondered what holds them up, what blocks them. He answered the question in existential language, using terms like the fear of one's own greatness and the evasion of one's destiny. This approach throws a new light on the problem of courage. In his words, we fear our highest possibility, as well as our lowest ones. We are generally afraid to become that which we can glimpse in our most perfect moments. We enjoy and even thrill to the godlike possibilities we see in ourselves in such peak moments. And yet we simultaneously shiver with weakness, awe, and fear before these very same possibilities. Maslow used an apt term for this evasion of growth, this fear of realizing one's own fullest powers. He called it the Jonah syndrome. He understood the syndrome as the evasion of the full intensity of life. We are just not strong enough to endure more. It is just too shaking and wearying. So often people in a static moment say, "It's too much," or "I can't stand it," or "I could die." Delirious happiness cannot be borne for long. Our organisms are just too weak for any large doses of greatness. The Jonah syndrome, then, seen from this basic point of view, is partly a justified fear of being torn apart, of losing control, of being shattered and disintegrated, even of being killed by the experience. And the result of this syndrome is what we would expect the weak organism to do, to cut back the full intensity of life. For some people, this evasion of one's own growth, setting low levels of aspiration, the fear of doing what one is capable of doing, voluntary self-crippling pseudo-stupidity, mock humility are in fact defenses against grandiosity. It all boils down to a simple lack of strength to bear the superlative, to open oneself to the totality of experience.